launching your startup, probably one of the most important things to get right so that you can get as much momentum, as much people to show up to actually use your product or service. You know, I've been doing companies now for 15 years, and one of the things that I've really tried to figure out is, how do you launch? And what does a launch mean? Some people think that a launch is going crazy open in public about your idea and making sure that you get covered by the New York Times and your local radio station and the TV and all these different places. But to me, I feel a launch is actually broken down into 3 parts. The key really is about leveraging the newsworthiness of launching your company or being new, and that's why it's called news, so that you can get as much press and attention and people talking about you to get people to show up to your door. So the key though at first is to do a soft launch. When you're building your company, you don't know if what you're selling, your product, your restaurant, whatever it is, you don't even know if it's good yet. So the last thing you want to do is do this crazy blown out launch and get everybody to show up when you can't even get your stuff delivered on time. You can't even fulfill the promise that you made on your website. So a soft launch, and you see this happen all the time in retail environments, online, within tech companies, where they'll build a list of people that have shown interest in 100% through word of mouth. Maybe a restaurant opened up, but they're not really officially open. They're doing their grand opening later. That's an opportunity for you to take those people and kind of move them through a process of understanding how the experience went, getting that feedback, tweaking, and that is what I call a soft launch. As a technology company, that's what we do. We get people to subscribe to our list. We invite 5 a day, and those 5 people sign up, use the product, give us feedback. And by going through that process over a 2 to 3 month period, that's how you start to refine what's called the onboarding experience, or the first-time user experience. So soft launches is perfect for that. Do you get press for that? You can get some people tweeting. You can get people writing blog posts about it. You can get early adopters kind of sharing it on Facebook. But no, you don't really want to get press. And because you're not letting people sign up directly, then it's not, from a news point of view, it's not considered press. So that's a perfect opportunity to kind of get people giving you feedback on the product, but it's not news yet because you haven't opened it up to the world. It's also a really good strategy if you're thinking of raising money at some point to get investors interested. You know, I'm going to say this quickly. I don't want to go off on a tangent, but there's 2 times to raise money. There's before you actually launch the product and after the product's launched and it's working really well. And any other time in the middle there, it's really tough. So, you know, using that soft launch and that opportunity to learn, as well as really perfect what is going to then be what I call the big launch. And that big launch could be 6 months to a year after you've actually started the company. And some people that are in the lean startup or the launch early and often space are being like, oh, that's too long. I totally disagree. I think that you could be in that iterative process of taking people that have shown interest early and walking them through and getting that feedback and kind of continuing through that cycle for 6 months, a year, no problem, so that when you finally do launch, when you open up your doors and you get all the press, you get the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, all these people, the TV news station, Oprah's calling to have you on her show, the product rocks. And that is the big launch. And that could be, again, 6 months to a year afterwards. But those, to me, are the different ways that you kind of gear up your launch. And then the other thing you want to do, and this is really around press. You know, startups want to get as much attention and coverage, is you then want to think about the other newsworthy opportunities in your business. And the other newsworthy, I think, are twofold: either major announcements or fundraising, partnerships, fundraising, kind of like company-based. So you kind of have this nice story arc of a soft launch, we got a big launch, and then we've got some really amazing news to share from all the excitement in our product. So that's fundraising or partnerships. Maybe you partnered with IBM, Microsoft, etc., business development, whatever it is. The other one is a human interest story. There's always a great opportunity for every company or business to talk about the impact of their business or their company to the market, right? So human interest could be the entrepreneur story. I call that the origin story. Or it could be the way people have used your service, your company, your restaurant, whatever it is, to achieve an outcome, and it's really inspiring. And that's called the customer story. So either you have something with the business that's really exciting that could be newsworthy, and that could be kind of the third leg, or you have something around the story of the product, either the origin story with the founder involved, and here's how I came up with the idea, and because we've launched and now we've had all this exciting coverage, or it could be, you know, here are how customers are using our product and getting a lot of value. So those are my thoughts on how to really leverage press to launch a company, to continue that and get that cycle going, to get the most out of that. Anyways, I want to challenge you to really stack your business using these approaches to really get the most growth as you can. I hope you found that as useful. Leave me a comment below with the best takeaway or idea that you got from this video, and I'll see you next week. Have an amazing day.